I heard that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Catherine, for that introduction. Thanks for being, and I don't really have much to say after Catherine talked about it. She knows what life on the Colorado River is like, and the Western Democrats this year that are supporting this bill understand how tough a summer this has been for people living in the West. In my state, we've had mudslides because last year we had the 3 worst fires in our state's history, and I-70 was closed for a long time, affecting our economy as a result of climate change. We spent a lot of this summer indoors in Colorado because there were so many health warnings because of the smoke that was coming from California. There were days, weeks really, that went by when people on the Front Range of Colorado could not see the Rocky Mountains from the Front Range. No one lives in Colorado not to see the mountains. No one lives in Colorado because they don't want to go outside during the summertime. And we cannot accept this as a permanent state of affairs in our state. Is next summer, is it going to be 100 days? Is it going to be 150 days when people have these health warnings, when they can't go outside? So what I want to say first is this is not some distant future issue that we're dealing with. This is something that we have to deal with today, and it's hurting our economy and hurting our health today, and that's why we have to act urgently. Chairwoman Stabenow has been a tremendous leader on the Agriculture Committee, on which I serve. I'm the chair of the subcommittee on forestry, climate, and conservation, and we have done a lot of work together to make sure that we are answering the call from farmers and ranchers all over the western United States, many of whom are Republicans, by the way, that we've got to address our national forests, that it is a disgrace that between climate change and the federal government's absolute negligence when it comes to our national forests, all of our watersheds in the West that start in those national forests are at risk. They're at risk because of climate change, they're at risk because of fires, and we are spending billions and billions and billions of dollars a year fighting fires at the cost of $50,000 an acre. This bill is going to give us the chance finally to spend billions of dollars at the cost of about $1,500 an acre to actually do the work that's required to protect these watersheds and do the fire mitigation that Catherine talked about. This is the biggest investment in our national forests ever. That's what climate change legislation looks like. And the investments that we're making in conservation that Chair Stabenow talked about earlier, that is the most significant investment that we have made since the Dust Bowl, which was a moment our state remembers very well and is not something that we want to repeat. Last point I'll make is this. I've got 3 daughters that are 22, 20, and 17. And I can tell you this, for the next generation of Americans, this has nothing to do with politics. This is an existential threat. They need us to act now, and they are watching whether we act now. Whether they're Democrats, Republicans, or Independents is completely irrelevant to them. They need us to act, and they know the United States has to lead, and that's why we have to step up in the coming couple of weeks to get this done. With that, I will turn it over to my pal, the great senator from the Commonwealth of Virginia, Tim Kaine.
Great. Thanks, Michael. You're a good man.